Hello everyone, we're heading into Fighting Back Memories 2. So just like the first one, I'm going to use one single budget team to go through the hard stages of all the trials and go for all missions. This time, instead of doing top to bottom, I'm going to do them in order of how annoying they are for me. So up first is the Fiends Rush. So hard missions, no items, no death, party of 4. And this is the team that we got built. So up first is Galoof for our tank. So we're using Galoof because he can imbue both light and fire. Blizzard Orb is death immunity, just in case there are some death attacks depending on how many turns it takes to kill a couple of things. The Cloak for stop immunity and his status ailment resist. Have okay elemental resist on him. Defense, a little bit of spirit. Using Rune to Shield for the 50% mitigation at the start. And then we have Wisdom of Hess for the physical and magic mitigation as well. Future Emperor just to help proc some mana here and there. And he's on Carbuncle, and Carbuncle does have Kira learned to help heal a little bit. And that's about it there. Up next is Kralia for our Breaker Supporter. So for her, 3 stars to reduce mana cost. Venus Swimsuit is there just for auto regen. And then Materia is just her ailment resist. And I did also give her Scorpion Sentinel for the barrier and extra regen. And that's about it there for her. Her shift does have everything the same except for the swimsuit, although I'm not sure if we'll use the shift at all. Kelgar for one of the main damage dealers. So we do have a clash item, the accessory for chain cap on him. And we got him set mainly for limit damage. Pure Lotus is there mainly for mana regen. Undying is his status ailment as well as attack. So the killers that should matter for these trials is 75 Bird, 300 Human, 150 Dragon, 275 Reaper, and he does have 300 limit damage. And Sonnen is the other damage dealer. So he has the Clash Helm for his chain cap. So we're using 2 Clash items. 3 stars because he's going to use a lot of mana and he needs help. The Earring does give him status ailment resist. And he has Pure Lotus for mana regen as well. So 255 limit damage for him, and his killers that should matter is 150 Avian, 200 Aquatic, 200 Human, 275 Machine, 200 Dragon, and 250 Reaper. Alright, let's jump into this first one. Alright, so the first fight here isn't bad overall. Galoof goes first because we need our imbues and everything. So Sworn Protection for cover. We're going to light imbue the party, and then he's going to Stronghold for mitigation. Kralia is going to break for us. So Calamity for breaks. We'll do Eventide for latent dark resist. And then we'll do a Ember Frost for fire and ice resist. And the back 2 are just kind of set up. So cooldown and double bolting. I'll let them start dealing some damage. Alright, our second turn here. Kelgar is going to Limit Burst, and Sonnen is going to Windstorm. We'll let them deal their damage. Yeah, not a perfect chain, but it should be fine. Let's see, Galoof doesn't really matter. He just guard. Kralia. We'll do Fire Ice Resist. We do Light and Dark, and then Spellbreaker. Alright, so we have the super on the back too. That should finish this fight off. Alright, so turn 2, or fight 2 here, isn't bad as well. So, Sworn Protection, Latent View for the party, and Stronghold. And then Kralia. So she's going to Calamity for breaks. Then we need Fire Resist. And we can Hex Eye as well. And Kelger, same thing, turn 1, cooldown, double bolting. And Sonin is going to cool down and double bolting. Alright, so Kelger gets to Limit Burst. Sonin is going to Windstorm. We'll let them deal the damage. Let's see, Kralia. We can refresh Fire Resist. We'll upgrade to Wicked Eye. And then her third cast doesn't matter too much. She can do her 80% breaks. Galoof, we can just have him guard. Alright, so back to have their supers. Alright, we'll just do the supers. Alright, well, live at 3%, that's whatever. Yeah, we can have Galoof guard. As far as Kralia is concerned, Fire Resist, 80 breaks. And yeah, we can Spellbreaker. Alright, we're going to save Kelger's mana a little bit, so Sonin is going to triple bolting, and we'll have Kralia be his chaining partner, and just use her 80 break weakening. Alright, this is where things get annoying. So, Galoof goes first. Sworn Protection. This time we need to Fire Imbue the party, and then he can Stronghold. Kralia. We're going to Calamity for breaks. We're going to do Lightning Resist. And then we can Hex Eye. And the back two are going to do the turn 1 setup of cooldown and double bolting. Alright, turn 2, Galoof is going to guard. The back two can do their supers because we have it. And Kralia. We'll refresh Lightning Resist. We'll upgrade to Wicked Eye. And we can hit Spellbreaker. Alright, so turn 3, Galoof, we're going to have him bonds on Kelger to Entrust. That way Kelger can Limit Burst and Sonin can do Windstorm. And then Kralia. Lightning resist, 80% breaks, and then we can eyes too, just for more dot on the boss. Alright, this is our last turn of Imbue. So we can have Galoof guard, he still has cover. So these two are just going to triple bolting. And Kralia is going to lightning resist, 80% break, and we can Hex Eye. Alright, we do have our supers, but we don't have the Imbue anymore. And we can't Imbue until next turn. So Galoof needs to put up cover, Stronghold, and then his third cast doesn't really matter this turn because we can't redo the Fire Imbue, so we can just blast to the past. The back two are going to do their cooldown for LB modifier and double bolting. And then Kralia. See, we can Calamity next turn. She can Spellbreaker and double bolting. Alright, so we'll finish it off this turn. Galoof needs to Imbue. So we're going to do Fire Imbue for the party. You can redo Stronghold. And again, his third cast doesn't really matter. The back two are just going to super limit. And Kralia before that, we can do Calamity for the upgraded breaks just to make sure this dies. Okay, so for this, Galoof goes first. We're going to Sworn Protection. We're going to Light Imbue the team. And Stronghold. Kralia. We're going to Calamity. And actually, we'll Calamity and double Hex this turn. That way she upgrades to Wicked Eye on the same turn. The back two, just going to do cooldown and double bolting. Alright, so Kralia. We're going to do Lightning Resist, Fire Ice Resist, and we can hit it with Eyes. Just to get the better Hex in there. Back to, we're going to LB Kelger, and Sonnen is going to Windstorm. We'll let them deal some damage. And then for Galoof, he can just guard, really. Alright, so we have to re-break this turn as well. So we'll let the back two do their supers to do some damage first. Alright, so Kralia. We're going to use her Magnus just to keep the big breaks on this boss. I guess technically, no, we still got the, we don't need the Magnus yet. We're just losing the 88 and going to 85. So we can do her Lightning Resist Refresh. And just double Hex. I guess Galoof can entrust Kelger. I guess we're just going to triple bolting the back two. I suppose entrust didn't really matter, actually. Still got one more turn on cover. We can probably just guard Galoof. Put the back two, deal the damage. And then Kralia. Just refresh, resist with Fire, Ice, Lightning, Water. And we can hit the Wind, Earth as well. And Galoof will guard this turn. We'll put up his cover next turn. Alright, so turn 5, we lose our Imbue for a turn because we can't re-imbue with Galoof until next turn. But we do have to put up his cover. So we'll do physical cover, stronghold, and blast of the past is fine, I suppose. Let's see, Kralia is going to... Now this turn we're going to Magnus so that we don't lose the 85 buffs. And we can double Hex just to keep the dot going. And the back two are going to do cooldown and double bolting just for the LB modifier and attack buffs. Alright, so Galoof needs to re-imbue. So we're going to do Light Imbue. redo Stronghold. And last cast really doesn't matter. He can redo his cover, I suppose. Kralia, just because Galoof is low, we're going to go ahead and Calamity for the better breaks, 88%. And let's see. Alright, no buffs on the boss. So we'll Calamity for breaks. And redo our Lightning and Fire and Ice resist. Alright, back two are going to do their supers. Alright, so Galoof is a little low. Alright, so Sonin does have Windstorm, so Galoof is going to entrust Kelger. That way we can do Windstorm and a Limit Burst. And we managed to kill it. So that is all missions. No death, no items, and party of 4. So that is definitely the most annoying out of the set of trials. Yeah, fairly balanced for damage there. Okay, so the next one is going to be the Exo Stars. So for this, no continues, no items, party of 4. Same team, no changes, just jumping in. So we're going to take 4,000 fixed damage just about every turn, which is why we're using Runda's Shield, because it's normally 8,000. Alright, so Galoof, Sworn Protection, Latent View, and Stronghold. And Kralia. We're going to do Calamity. We're going to do Dark Buff. And Spellbreaker. Alright, back two, going to do their setup of cooldown, double bolting. Alright, so Kelger is going to limit. Sonin does Windstorm. Alright, wasn't expecting to kill it there, but that's fine. So pretty much same deal here. So Galoof, Sworn Protection, Latent View, and Stronghold. Kralia. We're going to Calamity. Let's see, we're going to do Light Buff with Eventide and Spellbreaker, so we shouldn't actually need the Light Resist. And the back two, even though Super's there, we're going to do the turn 1 setup of cooldown and double bolting, because we get the LB modifier. So yeah, we sealed the Banish, and it didn't cast more than one, so we're good. Alright, so the second turn here, back two are going to super. Before we do that, though, we're going to Cura on Galoof, just in case this thing doesn't survive. Okay, it did survive, which is fine. Alright, for Kralia, we have Light and Dark Resist. We'll do Lightning, Water, Fire, Ice, and another Spellbreaker just in case. Alright, this turn it should die no problem. So Galoof is going to Cura, just to get healing on the back too. Kelger, just triple Mirror. And Sonnen is going to Windstorm, and this should finish this off. Alright, pretty much same deal here. So Galoof, Sworn Protection, Latent View, and Stronghold. Then we have Kralia to Calamity. And then we will Lightning, Water, Fire, and Ice Resist. Kelger, Cooldown, and Double Bolting. And just Cooldown, I suppose, because he's out of mana. And Sonnen, I guess we'll just do Cooldown too. Alright, so we have super, so back to just get to tag. Galoof is going to Cura, just to keep health up on the back too, really. And then for Kralia. So we will add Wind, Earth Resist, Light and Dark Resist, and we can do a Spellbreaker. Alright, so Sonnen has Windstorm, so Galoof is going to entrust Kelger. That way we can limit. So Kelger will limit, Sonnen will Windstorm, and we'll let them deal damage. It barely survived, but that's fine. Refresh, Fire, Ice, Lightning, Water Resist. And I suppose we can hit it with eyes just for a good dot. Alright, last turn of our Imbue. We're just going to triple bolting. And 2%, this should easily kill it. So that's also all missions there. No continues, no items, and party of 4. So Kelger was in the lead for damage there, although Sonnen was pretty close. Alright, next up we're going to do the Ancient Dinosaur. So for this is no death, 3 turns, and party of 4. Again, same team without any changes. Alright, so for this, Galoof goes first. We are going to Sworn Protection. We have to Fire Imbue this time. And Stronghold. Kralia. We do our Calamity. And we'll actually just double hex so that it gets the better dot on it. And back to do their setup of cooldown and double bolting. Alright, for turn 2, Kelgar gets to Limit Burst, Sonnen is going to Windstorm. Galoof can just guard, and Kralia can do Fire, Ice, Lightning, Water, and Wind, Earth Resist just cause. Alright, so with our super, we should just finish this off now. So back to you, we'll LB. And there's all missions there. No death, 3 turns, and party of 4. And fairly tied for damage, actually. Alright, up next we can do the Spectral Treasure Warden. So our missions here, no continue, 5 turns, and party of 4. Same team, jumping in. So for this one, we're actually not going to imbue because it doesn't matter. So we will Sworn Protection, we will Stronghold, and then his last cast doesn't matter, we can Blast to the Past. Kralia. We will Calamity, and then do our Fire, Ice, Lightning, Water Resists. And back to, we'll do their setup. So we have cooldown, double bolting. Alright, so back to Limit Burst Kelgar and Windstorm Sonnen. Yeah, I guess we can wait on Kralia. I think she's just going to dot. Alright, Galoof can guard Kralia. We can double Hex and Spellbreaker just in case it tries to cast something we can block. Alright, back to going to do their super. And there we go. So all missions there because no continues, less than 5 turns, and party of 4. So Sonnen won that one by a little bit, actually. All right, last one is the Kingdom's Mightiest Warrior. So our missions here, no items, 10 turns, and no continues. No changes to the team. And again, this one we're not going to bother imbuing because it doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, we'll light imbue because we do have a better light in peril. Sworn protection, we can light imbue because his other action doesn't matter outside of stronghold. Kralia can do her calamity. And then double hex so that we get the better wicked eye there. We'll cool down and double bolting. Alright, so Kelgar gets to Limit Burst, Sonin gets to Windstorm. And there we go. So no items, we only took 2 turns, and no continues. So Kelgar won that one. And that's one team doing all the hard versions of all the trials. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.